Well, welcome back to Timeline Ranch. I figured I'd show you what I'm doing right now. If you've been following along, I don't live out here. So everything I plant or attempt to plant, it's on its own. The only water source it has is the pond, or if it rains, and it is the Chihuahuan Desert. So sometimes that can be a problem. So when I'm going to attempt to plant this go around, I've tried some different things. I planted, the pecan trees here. I've got one that's been here for right at 2 years now. It's doing good, growing. I threw a bunch of dill seeds out. I had some dill grow on its own out here. I'm gonna try a bunch of different herbs because they tend to not have a problem with poor soil types. So this time I'm gonna try to plant some ginger, which you can see is starting to bud out a little bit. I'll separate this, into three sections. Some garlic. I tried planting onions out here. It did not make it. It dried up and turned into a little hole in the ground where there was just nothing left of the onion. And I'm gonna plant a bunch of loofah seeds. I think they'll do good out here. I'm going to plant these seeds right along the border of the rock, and my intention is when it starts to grow, it wants to grow up, so it's going to try to grow up these rocks, probably these fences too. I'm going to plant a little patch between each pecan tree, and hopefully it won't take over the pecan tree before I get back to mend it. Yeah, I'll plant a little strip, maybe 2 foot, and just pepper the seeds in there. That's kind of the plan. Let me get started. Yeah, hopefully it makes it like growing loofah. Looks nice. Produces, a vegetable you can eat. Also, you can have loofah. This little pecan tree here is the best looking one out of the ones I planted this trip. They all look like they're doing all right though. We'll see. We'll see when I come back. This is the one that's been here for 2 years. You can see it's getting some new growth coming out. I trimmed off the other branches on it so that it goes upright. It was turning into a bush instead of a tree. And I'm just going to throw the rest of these seeds up in these rocks. We'll see if any of them make it or not. May just be dove food. Shouldn't have a problem with it growing. Soil's got some moisture in it. So I planted ginger on one side of the pecan tree, about 18 inches from the edge of the fence. And then I planted the garlic about the same distance on the opposite side. We'll see what happens. A little experiment out here. Like everything, everything's an experiment. You see there's not a whole lot of moisture in this soil. Let's see if they make it till the rainy season starts. This pecan tree looks like it's doing all right. It's got some leaves coming out. It looked real nice before the trip, but it got beat up by the wind in the trailer. And the next one down looks like it's got right here one little sprout coming out, but it hasn't decided to grow yet. A little bit at the top. Just thinking about it. Little migratory finches over there. A bunch of them taking advantage of the pond. You can see the trench that I dug the other day to water the pecan trees. Just get the little groundwater coming in. This whole thing should be full of water here in a couple weeks. And then when it rains, it's going to have a lot of water in here. So it'll be all the way up to this top. That's about 8 feet down from this edge to the bottom there. So it's added a considerable amount of water to the pond just by doing that. And then if you caught the video the other day, I dug all the organic material that's been breaking down in this sump hole here at the pond where the creek dumps into the pond. Dug all that out. That's going to make some real nice topsoil here in the future. I'll let it dry out and then I'll move it over to my compost pile. Well, I guess that's it for the day. I'll check back and give you an update on what grew that I planted this go round. See you on the next one.